A lot of people ask me how to deal with ego. It begins with understanding what is ego from the very beginning. To put it very simple, ego is illusion about self. It creates us the certain kind of prejudice or bias or certain kind of understanding about ourselves that might not be true at all. If we stuck in ego, we stuck in that image that we created. Whether if we attach to our appearance, our birthright, our knowledge, our wealth and status. So we see ourselves above others. For example, if we confront somebody who may have some very invaluable knowledge to share, but we're already stuck in the illusion that I already know it, I know the best. It makes your glass become full. There is no space left to fill. That is when we get stuck in the illusion. We don't really live in the reality. That's what ego transforms the way we see things. So it doesn't help us to see what actually reality. Ego hinders us from development. Because when we're full of ego, we're stuck in our own illusion that we are the best, then we don't feel like we need to be better. But reality is that nobody is perfect. Everybody always has a room to learn and to develop. When we are able to let go of the ego, then we are able to move forward. Number two, ego makes people unable to cope with failure or when they don't reach the expectation. When people live in their illusion, they believe everything will be perfect. But they forget that things don't work out the way it is. It always don't. So when something doesn't go along with what they expect or they hope for, they cannot cope up with the failure. They cannot cope with the falling down aspect of it. And that is why it makes people feel really down, depressed later on. So how we can kill our ego? So how we can let go of our ego? There are some tips that can help us to become less egotistic about ourselves. Number one, be a listener. The saying goes that fools talk, cowards silent, and wise men listen. Whenever we are in some places, start to become a listener. Because if we want to be the one who talk all the time, it helps our ego to rising up. So when we calm down, be quiet, and started taking, when we started to settle down, calm down, and start taking in the information, observing, listening to the people who are talking, it helps us to become less egotistic. We open our mind to trying to hear what people are talking, what they have to share. Number two, look for positivity. It is very easy for us to see wrong things in people, that they talk too much, they are terrible, they don't responsible, they don't follow the duties. It is very easy for us to see that. But one thing we never see is ourselves. So that's why it's always easy for us to find wrong things in people, but never find wrong thing in us. If we transform the way we think and try to look at the positive aspect of everyone, that person is so kind, that person is so nice in different aspects, that way we have certain things to be appreciative about the person. Which leads to number three, be humble. Try to be humble in everywhere that you go, because in that way you allow yourself to become less egotistic automatically. The moment you're trying to spot the positive thing in others and express the sense of being humble towards another, you are not going to be the glass full of water anymore. You're going to give yourself a chance to hear what people are having to say, appreciating other people around you. Which leads to number four, be respectful. This is very related to number three. When you become respectful towards the person, you're trying to look up to the person as a role model or something good about it that you can look up to, instead of looking down on the person and live in your own illusion of being better than others. So when you show respect and be respectful towards other people, places, or even situation, it helps you to kill that ego out of your mind. And the last part, be gratitude. And the last part, number five, be grateful. When people when people become grateful about something, they become appreciative of it. They become appreciative of it, and they want to repay the gratitude. In that way, it transforms that sense of the sense of appreciation into action. So these are the 5 rules that can help us to let go of our ego. Be listener, look for positivity, be humble, be respectful, and be grateful. Do it one step at a time. It's actually quite easy. And that way, we start to let go of our illusion and living in reality.